Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuznuz here, and welcome to a new video. This is going to be a start of a new series, and I actually just got a new microphone, so I hope it sounds okay. It seemed pretty good, so hopefully this is an upgrade from my previous microphone, and things will sound a little more clear. But this is going to be the start of my series, Road to a Party Hat. Now, I know this isn't a very original idea, but I wanted a series that I could show my progress basically on my main account as I make money, do bosses, things like that. So it's kind of going to be a series of just showing progress on my main account. Might be some skilling and stuff like that, a lot of PVM, a lot of bossing, maybe clue scrolls, stuff like that, whatever I feel like doing, with the end goal of getting enough money for a party hat, which is a pretty big goal. So this series I do intend to do for a while, but it's mostly going to be PVM and stuff like that. But if like a new quest comes out, a new boss, and I need to do things to go to that boss, I'll show that. If I'm doing any achievements or diaries or stuff, I'm going to show that. So it's basically going to be a main series of just a Runescape 3 main account and everything I do on it, but with the goal of making enough money for a party hat. I am going to upgrade my gear throughout this series, so I'm not just going to save up all my money to buy a party hat. I'm going to be buying gear and upgrades and perks, and then eventually, once I have all the gear I want and I get my bank to a certain value, I can sell a bunch of stuff and buy a party hat. But like I said, that is going to be way in the future. So yeah, there's going to be some live commentary, a lot of post commentary of me talking over clips and telling you guys, what I was doing, what I got, stuff like that. But this episode's gonna have a good amount of stuff, so I hope you guys enjoy, and please leave a like if you like this series idea. Leave a comment, tell me what you think I can improve, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. So let's get into the first episode of Road to Party Hat. It's pretty AFK with a certain revolution bar and old DAC coil and stuff like that. It's really AFK, and the loot is actually not bad because onyx bolts add up a lot, and I thought this would be a good way just to get me a little bit of cash, because starting this I only had masterwork and maybe like 150 mil in total, 200 mil about in total, so I wasn't starting with nothing, but I did not have too much at all. I had normal tectonic that was almost about to degrade, masterwork, and a little bit of cash, so I actually ended up getting a lot of onyx bolt drops, as you can see there. No sigils or anything like that. We did get a holy elixir, I believe, but no super rare drops. I only did about 150 kills and probably did about 2 hours of this, maybe 2.5 hours, but like I said, it was a really simple thing to do. You can honestly AFK it, just eating like maybe once a kill, if even, and surprisingly, Corp drops a lot of good loot. Like, I didn't know white berries and anti-poisons were worth so much, but they are. So here you can see, I'm going to show you guys what I got from Corp from all my kills. So I kept a tab of it, and I actually sold off some of the onyx bolts, so this is not totally accurate on the loot. I kept everything except I sold about 700 onyx bolts, just because I needed the cash. As you can see in my money pouch right there, I have about 513k, so I definitely needed the cash, but I actually am just going to price check all this to show you, and then I do end up selling it off later to get some cash. So as you can see, it's honestly 24.5 mil, and I honestly made more because I sold off some onyx bolts, so I would say it's easily over 10 mil an hour. Doing this, it doesn't cost too much at all, and I think it was honestly just a good thing to do. After this, I decided, I'm gonna take my tectonic and my knock staff, and I'm gonna go do some ambassadors. So I basically sold almost everything I had, and I had enough to buy a knock staff, and then I had A lot of my untradables I already had, and I went to Ambassador. But as you can see, things don't always go as planned. Ambassador is a really rage-inducing boss for me. I don't know why. I just get killed by him more than Telos at like 600%. Like I can do 600% Telos easier than I can do Ambassador for some reason. It just, he's just very annoying sometimes. You mess up a tiny little thing and you're dead. And the food preservation and stuff like that is still a problem for me, but I haven't killed him that much in solo, so I am definitely still learning him. But we do end up getting our revenge here and getting a nice kill. My kills were very, very long. I need to, speed up my DPS to try to get the 1 cycle kills, but right now I was only able to get 2 cycle kills, but I'm still happy I was able to solo, and I think I got an okay time for a 2 cycle. But yeah, we get some Hydrix Bolt tips, and it's not too bad, but with the amount of food I spend there, it is way, way, way more worth it for me to do duos, which I did do some, but we didn't get any loot, sadly. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. But after this, I decided I wanted a little bit of a change, so I decided I would just take my loot and we would go do some ED2, and ED2 definitely paid off. As you can see here, we ended up getting a Greater Fury ability codex from the second boss, and I was so surprised when I saw the price of this, because I thought it was like 50 mil, but it actually ended up being a lot more. So as you can see, it's 150 mil. It actually sold for 130 mil, so I was pretty happy with that, and I went for a new plan. So what I did was I sold off a bunch of stuff and I bought Elite Tectonic. And after I bought Elite Tectonic, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go and I'm going to do the Ambassador, or not the Ambassador, sorry, the Magister. I've killed the Magister a lot. I have the collection complete. He's a really chill boss, and you can actually make a lot of money killing him. So I decided to sell basically everything I had. I got Elite Tectonic, I still have my Nox Staff, and I spent all my money on keys. And I decided I was just going to use as many keys as I could until I completed a full Kopesh. So as you can see, we get a phylactery there. We actually get a lot of phylacteries, as you'll see. I think I used about, I don't even know how many keys, maybe 500 keys, 500 kills over the span of 2 days. Got some Gloves of Passage there, which are pretty rare. But as you can see here, I have 25 phylacteries, and I have a full loot tab here. And this is just going to be me opening the phylacteries. If you don't know, you can get between 5, 10, 15, and 25 scraps. And you need 300 scraps of scripture to make a full Kopesh, which is tier 92 melee dual wield weapon, and they sell for a lot. So as you can see here, I saved up 25 phylacteries and I opened them, and I think I needed about 200. I think I had 10 scraps in my bank, so I needed 290, and as you can see, we only get to 245, but nonetheless, I went back and I killed the Magister a few more times, and it only took an hour or two, and I ended up getting all the scraps I needed. So as you can see here, we have enough scraps, and we are making the Kopesh of Tumakin. So I ended up spending 230 mil on keys. If you add in the supplies, probably 250 mil spent altogether. But here is the tab, and in this clip, it's going to be just sped up of me selling it. So this was so worth it. I had to really scrape money together to get keys to finish this off, but luckily that Greater Fury Codex really helped as well. And I just had I would just sell loot that I had, and eventually I had enough keys to get all the phylacteries, and as you can see, we're selling the Kopesh, and it sold for 417 mil, and we have 531 mil from this grind. We spent about 250 mil, so I think that's about 280 mil profit made. So it was really, really good. So I ended up buying a bunch of supplies and stuff like that, and I actually had a Noxious Staff that was a high level, and I wanted to perk out my stuff, so I decided to take the plunge and to disassemble my Noxious Staff for biting components. So it was rip about 160 mil here, but I think it will be worth it in the long run. It really hurt to do, but I thought about it, and I thought biting 4 is you know, a really good perk to have, and with this many components I should be able to get it on 2 if not 3, so 2 or 3 gizmos with it, so that would be every style I could get Biting 4 for, so I decided it was worth it. So there we go, disassembled the Noxious Staff, and we went to perk out our Elite Tectonic. So I decided to actually kind of YOLO here, and I went for Biting. I was going to do it once. I went for Biting and Mobile, which is really good because Mobile will help my cooldown for Surge and Escape. So I tried to do it, and I actually got it the first try. I believe it was like a 40% chance. So I was happy with that. I decided to repeat it again, I believe, and see if I could get it again, because I only needed it for the Tectonic for now, but if I could get it for other styles later, that would also be good. So, you know, I went again, and sadly I got Biting 3, so that was a waste of 7 Noxious components. And then after that, I actually decided that I would just use the rest of my Noxious components and get a guaranteed Biting 4, which you can do. You won't get Mobile or anything with it, but I decided I just want a guaranteed Biting 4, so I could use that for, you know, a melee or range setup, whatever I decided to do next. So we went and we just got, you know, a guaranteed Biting 4, just making sure everything is correct here so I don't mess it up. But yeah, there is another Biting 4, so we ended up with Biting 4 Mobile and another Biting 4. So really good. I decided to take this time and all the new money I made to try to perk out things to get myself ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Road to Partyhat. Now, at the end of every episode, I am going to show you my wealth evaluator and show you how much my bank is, so you guys can see how much progress I have made towards a party hat. So in this episode, we started with my bank around 500 mil-ish, 600 mil-ish, and we actually ended at 1.2 bill. So we more than doubled my bank during this episode, thanks to mostly the Magister, but also a lucky drop from Elite Dungeons 2. So next episode, I'm hoping to do a lot more group PVM, such as Solok, AOD, Virago, and learn that, as I've done hardly any of that. I'm not the best PVMer, but I would say I'm probably average, and I'm definitely learning. I actually used Revolution up until now. In this episode, I actually learned full manual, so I'm still learning it. I'm not totally used to it yet, but I'm getting better, and I'm hoping to improve, and I think it is about time that I learn full manual, because I actually did Warden through Telos with the Revolution, which not too many people do. So I thought I would show you guys a little bit of my boss log, just so you can see what my experience is. So with Telos, I did get an orb set back over a year ago, and my highest in rage is 603%. I've done 833 kills, so I'm pretty familiar with him. I'm obviously not great, but I did get Warden title. Solok, I've only done 1 kill for the Reaper, so I'm really looking to get into him. Next AOD, I've only done a few kills, and same with Virago, so I'm looking to learn all those bosses. And at the same time, I'm looking to do a lot of Elite Dungeons, whether it's solo or group, just because I have the Elite Tectonic and it does not degrade in Elite Dungeons. So I've done 40 series solos, only 10 Ambassador solos, but more group, and 23 Blackstone Dragon solos with a few group. So I'm actually looking to do some of those. So next episode is going to be a lot of group stuff. Might throw in some clues and stuff like that. Like I said, these episodes are going to be more than just PVM. They're going to be everything I do to make money and progress my account, with the end goal of getting a party hat. So this video is going to be kind of long, but if you guys like the long format, let me know, or if you would like them to be shorter videos, I can also do that. I know people prefer different things. Personally, I like the longer videos, something I can watch while I'm playing and just chill and watch for a while. But let me know what you guys want to see in terms of that. If you want to see me do any specific things, like you really want to see Solok, you really want to see Telos, anything you guys want to see, let me know in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.